Hey everybody, it's Christine Bertram. I'm coming to you live from the Hive on Thursday night. It's July 13th and we're almost done with another week, you guys. So I was ready to go live at 6:02 and Tyler called me just as I was ready to go live. And I'm like, hi. And he's like, how's everything going? I'm like, good. And I'm just about ready to go live. And he's like, oh. I'm like, you would think after 3 years of doing lives on almost every Thursday night for the last 3 years, he might remember or recall that, but maybe not. So I will tell you guys that the kittens have graduated to the hive and the garage. And so these little stinker butts are here. This little guy is Hunky, and he's like the most adorable little baby. He's got like cheetah print on his belly, and like the stripes and the cheetah print on the side. Honey is roaming around somewhere. Tigger's in the window, but you guys can't see it. It's like the window right around there. It's part of that bay window. So they are roaming around, but they have access to the house. So I'm not going to worry about these little critters at the moment. They spent the last couple hours out here roaming around with me. So, all right, let's see what I can do here. I can say hi to everybody. I'm trying to find my video. You guys, I couldn't get my cover photo to upload. It was too big, so that's why it says Cards by Christine like that. So, anyways. All right, we got a lot of people here already. Hi, Susan Bellamy. Hi, Cindy Runtree. Hi, Holly Peplow. Woo, you guys are fast and on time for class tonight. I love it. Susan says to hit the thumbs up, you guys. Good reminder. Hi, Sherry Everett. Hi, Judy Sharp. Hi, Donna Grushke. There's Mary Carls. Mary Carls, I have your ink, paper, scissors, and your sweet class. It's actually on the counter, or the table, right? That little black dot right there, that's yours. I'm going to take it to Mom and Dad's on Saturday morning. It'll be on the refrigerator in the garage, and you can stop by whenever it works to get it. I think you'll be at the wedding at some point. So you guys, my brother is getting married this weekend. Hi, Randy Schultz. Hi, Angelique. Hi, Sarah Mitchell. Hi, Karen Wetstein and Wendy Kruger. Wow, Wendy, long time no see on a live. I love it. Hi, Linda Hall. Hi, Pauline Landuit. Hi, Laura Sullivan and Karen Karstay. There's Mary Schreiber and Feline Yay. Who else do we have here? Hi, Nidra Dover. So Nidra, I have a question, but I don't know if you're going to be able to answer it. I say Nidra, but then I had somebody helping me fill out slips last night, and she thought maybe your name was Nedra, and so I was like, is it a hard E like knee? Like maybe you could put Knee, or and if it's Nedra, put Ne. Like, tell me how to say your name. Hi, Sharon Land. Hi, hi, Susan Wormley. Hi, Darrell. Hi, Sharon Rush. So my brother's getting married this weekend, and so my parents are putting on the rehearsal dinner at their house. It's actually tonight for the wedding party. I'm not in the wedding, but I helped my mom today get all the stuff ready. So my brother's getting married in the field across from my parents' house, and the wheat is almost ready to harvest. And so my brother wanted to get married right before the wheat was ready to harvest so that he could get all the pictures with the wheat in the background. So my mom and dad decided to do the rehearsal. It's N-E, Nedra. Oh, so there you go, Nedra. So I'll have to tell Jill and Judy that they were right. It's Nedra. So you just took the message off. So hopefully it is Nedra. Nedra. Like Ned. Okay, I got it. N-E was what we had thought that, like, that's what. So I think I got it, Nedra. Yay. Hi, Linda Scott. Oh yeah, it was really good to talk to you as well yesterday. Hi, Cynthia Ford. Hi, Anna Schaffer. So the marriage, the wedding is this weekend, and so yeah, so good stuff, you guys. So my mom and dad are doing all the food, so I help my mom and dad out, and they clean, get the table all set, get the garage cleaned up, and all that good stuff. So I got back and I didn't change and get all zooted up for you guys. I'm in my working shirt, which is my Mario shirt. So, oh yeah, what a cool backdrop is correct. And so there's a wind tower as well, right? They're getting married kind of like at the base of the wind tower. So, yes. Pauline says, so fun. The photo, they should be amazing. They sure should be. All right, I gotta get the comments up here so I can read them better. So, all right, you guys, we have the monthly card class for you tonight. I'll get started with those cards in a moment. we are going to be making these 3. This is a fan favorite. I had this class yesterday twice. I had it Monday night, and I have one more coming up, not this Saturday because of the wedding, but next Saturday. Hi, Susan Ray Hendricks. Thanks for sharing, you guys. I really appreciate it. We're going to be making the bird on a branch, and then we're going to also be making the flowers. So the monthly class, there's 3 different bundles that are featured, and I have each card has a focal image or multiple in this case. That would need to get die cut. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. Hi, Corinne Buvia. I just wanted to share with you guys, too, in case you missed it, we had 3 classes yesterday. We had Share, Create, Inspire first thing at 10 a.m. And we did Sherry Everett's Tucked Gatefold. And so I have a picture of this out in the Facebook event. I also have it. It was emailed. It was also in the website. And so Sherry sent in the instructions here for this card. It was a tucked gatefold. And this was Sherry's card. So in case you guys missed it, it's kind of like a reverse mystery night. And so I didn't get to see her card until at the end. And I love how she did it. She did a fabulous job. And then this was the version that I made. So you guys watch me go through the struggle bus of making mine. And then see how different it is or how similar it is. In this case, it's pretty similar. So you guys, just, that's out there. And if I know a bunch of you have already put your sample card. So this is one where if you share your card that you make from the inspiration, we're going to do a drawing next Thursday night. So I just wanted to remind you of that. What else? Oh my goodness. You know what I just realized, you guys? I don't know for sure, but I think Monday night is mystery card night. If it is, I'm a little tardy on getting you guys measurements, but that snuck up on me really fast because the last one was only like 2 weeks ago. So I need to pull my ducks in a row for that one, and we will get a mystery card for you. All of a sudden I realized, well, what's Monday night? And I think Monday night is mystery card night, you guys. So with that being said, stay alert or stay tuned for mystery card night clue number 1. And then you guys, next week we've got Monday. We also have Let's Just Stamp, just to remind everybody. I only have, I think, 1 left of this class. In case we need more, though, Diane has not kitted up hers yet. So I made 56, and I think there's 1 left. So all the other 55 are gone. So this features color and contour. And so that's coming up Monday at 1 o'clock. And then Monday night is the Let's Just Stamp, mystery card night. And then Thursday is the textured floral class. You guys, these pretty flower cards. All the die cutting's done for you, all the embossing, easy 4 cards to make. A little bit of stamping with focal images here and here and a flower here from the set, but all flowers can be pretty much interchangeable. You guys, I have lots of this one left. I underestimated on the fishing class, so I overestimated on this one, of course, because I was like, I can't run out ever again. So textured floral is the Thursday then, the 20th, and then following that, on Monday, the 24th, you guys, is the Season of Chic ink, paper, scissors, and I've got maybe 15 left of this class. I think maybe 20 of that one and 15 of this one. And so this is the ink, paper, scissors, and if anybody still wants to get signed up for these, do not hesitate to reach out. I have plenty left of them. I also, for tonight's class, you guys, if anybody's watching this in the future and you want to see if I have these kits, there's probably like 10 left of this class as well. So anytime I have classes left at the end of doing a live or at the end of the in-person, if there's anything left after, I do, I can't see what that is going on there. There's something right there. There it is. Okay, we'll get that off of there. Anytime that there is anything left of a class, it moves to the back end of my schedule that you find on my website, and it becomes listed in the past classes that are available. So, yay. I do have a little happy mail to share with you guys. And then at the end of class, I have this Friendly Gnomes class that we did back in April. And we have all the 4 cards. The winners were picked for these 4 cards. This one's so cute because it's a little bookmark. In case you missed this class, you can still watch the YouTube video, and the tutorial is available in my online store. But we'll announce the winners for those later tonight. Feline says she loves all the dies with the, with the coloring contour. I love the scalloped rectangles. Absolutely, it's so cool. All right, so this one is from Miss Ann Bellinger from Vermont. She mixed the waves, I call it the waves of the future, the waves of inspiration designer series paper from last year with Seaside Bay. And I love all these little diamonds going up the edge here. It makes it kind of look like bubbles coming up. Very, very pretty card, Ann. I love it. So that one's from Ann Bellinger. This one is from Miss Mo Stites, and she's down in Browntown, Wisconsin. And it is the DSP is the Stargazing and Bright and Beautiful. Cardstock is Berry Burst. All embellishments are from a paper pumpkin and a retired sentiment, and it's a gift card holder. And so she had her check in here for game night. So very pretty, Mo. I love the color combination that you have here. And this is very similar to, we did a card recently from Ink Paper Scissors that had this layout like that. So, and that background with the stars is the Bright and Beautiful. And this one, you guys, is from Miss Pat Detlefson. Pat had a birthday recently, so happy birthday to Pat. She used the artistically inked flower. You guys, I have oodles of the artistically inked class left too, in case you're wondering. And so I had sent her some happy mail. And so she said the Be Happy Stampers is a phenomenal group and have a safe 4th weekend. So thank you for the thank you card, Pat. I love it. And then this one comes to us from Miss Brenda Haffer, and I sent her a card as a thank you because she had gotten some tutorials from me. And this, you guys, was one of the kits from back in the day. It featured some of these little flowers and made it into a little thank you card. So very pretty, handmade with love. All right, that's what I have, you guys, from the Happy Mail. All right, so we'll put that back here. And let's do roll call, you guys, so that we can see who's all with us. And I can tell you how many I have left of this class. Then you guys already have, look at that, 10 people signed up for the card benefit that we're doing in October. Hi, Carolyn Ketchmark. Carolyn, when you have a minute, check your email. You were one of the half off winners from last week, which you know. You have won a half off bundle, and I sent you a picture yesterday, I think last night, of the options. 2 of them are gone. So pick which one you want, and hopefully it's still there because there was a lot to choose from. But Wisteria Wishes and Zany Zoo are gone. So in case you can see the photograph that I sent you, let me know any other one besides those 2. So, but yes, you guys, we have the Wounded Warrior Project card benefit coming up in October. I just sent an email about it, I believe, yesterday. We already have 10 people signed up. Is that not awesome? I love it. And I think 4 of those people signed up for the extra card as well. So super cool. All right, so we're in July here. Let's get to the monthly class. I think I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 of this class still available in case anybody is still interested. Hi, Gwen Pachashek. Nice to have you on here. Yay. Yes, you got Happy Mail. Your Happy Mail arrives in like one day. I'm amazed. Oh, haha. No, you said such pretty Happy Mail. I get it. So your mail went out today. I'm like, how did that get there today? That just went out today. You guys, we had a big shipping day today. This morning, Diane and I, so my mom was working on stuff at home. So Diane came in and helped me we did 71 packages. We prepared them for the post office and they got dropped off today. So a lot of you, 71 people, in fact, are going to be getting Happy Mail in the next day, 2, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, however long it takes. So, but I thought to myself, how did you get the Happy Mail already? But nope, different comment. I read it better. All right, you guys. So we have here Debbie Gast, first on the list, Jenna Helms, Angela Knutson, Jeannie Parker, Sherry Everett, Sandy Wicklander, Nedra Dover, Shirley Malarkey, Donna Grushke, Mary Lemke, Vicki Rodriguez, Angelique McClendon, Susan Bellamy, Barbara Barco, Renee Cook. I think this might be Renee's first class. I have to say that as a new name. Karen Woods, Renee, I welcome you and hope you have a great class with us. Karen Woods, Lynn Beasley, Miss Mary Carls, Dawn Ablett, Vera Anderson, Shirley Vanderbloomer, Lori Baxter, Linda Hunt, Linda Scott, and Susan Ray Hendricks. So yay! Hi, Jean Terwilliger. A bunch of you girls are commenting that you're here already, which is awesome. So this class is going to be good. We have 3 amazing cards that are real fun. The girls had a hard time picking their favorite ones. I'm just going to mark real quick for the people who placed orders. I'm going to put the numbers down so we don't have to do that later. There's not as many as normal. 5, 6, 7 people. Okay, so we're going to do a drawing later, you guys, for 7 people, for one person to win a door prize for me. So, all right. Got that all set. All right, so you guys, just a note for everybody who is doing this class with me, or if you get the kits later, the embellishments are in one of the card kits. So just so you know, they're not in each one. When the cards got, what about you, Laura? I said Laura Sullivan, didn't I? Let me look again here. Hang on. Laura, I thought I said your name. Let's look. Let's have a look-see. What about you, Laura? I could have sworn I mailed the kits to you. Do you have your kits, Laura? I could have sworn I mailed them out today. Mystery. Okay, Laura, your kits got mailed out today because remember I was going to do not a porch pickup, but a brewery drop-off. So your kits were on the table. And, oh, Tigger's trying to get over here. Your kits were on the table. I forgot them on the table. All right, and we'll catch you later, Feline. They were on the table here. Tigger, you're trying to get over here, buddy. Here he is, you guys. Tigger sighting. What you gonna do, buddy? You guys, Tigger got sick this afternoon. He ate some leaves, I think. You know, I hope you have clean paws on my pretty cards, little boy. Yes, you better have clean paws, my little boy here. Okay. So Laura, you're not on my list for some reason, but I looked at number 1 and it's whited out, and I don't know why it's whited out. Kitten, he's trying to get to the water, you guys. There you go, buddy. Oh man, hang on, you guys. He needs water. All right. He's like, Mom, you're taking over my space. How come? All right, so Laura, I know you are on the list, but I didn't call your name. So I get it. I don't know exactly what the deal was with me not calling your name, but you're on the list now. So I don't know. Sometimes, you guys, funny things happen, and I don't know. We always figure it out, but I don't know exactly why things happen. So like there was a card on the floor underneath the table. And then all of a sudden it was on the table, but I didn't do it, and Diane didn't do it. And we're like, how did that get on the table? And we just were like, well, maybe Tyler did it. But yes, Laura, I know for certain that I mailed out your package today, and the monthly cards were in it. So it made it onto your pile. But Laura Sullivan is with us tonight as well, you guys. So, all right, let's flip this down, and let's get to town. We're going to start with, which one? We're going to start with the flower one here. There's a lot to do with this one, you guys. Just know that if you do not have the set that we're going to talk about here momentarily, it's okay. If you have flowers, that's all that matters. The set that was featured for this first card, you guys, is called Darling Details. I really wanted to use this bundle. I know it's flowers, and we have so many flowers, so you might be thinking, I don't need more flowers, which is perfectly fine. Then use whatever flowers you have. Everybody gets a piece of white paper about that big, and it's big enough to fit all the flowers. And then we're gonna die cut them out. But what's super cool about this one, are these dies here. And so there's these outline detail-y dies on this one right here, and it's all full of stuff. That's the bottom border die. And on one of the future cards with the bird, used this one. You can see all my pink things, all the pink paper is still inside there. So those are the dies, which are super cool, the outlines and the borders. And whoa, we're going to use the stamps from here. There's just a note in here, which fits in there perfectly. We could do happy birthday, friend could go there, thank you could fit, but I liked the skinny longer sentiment on here. And so in your kit, for those that got the class with me, you'll have everything in your envelope, the white envelope, and the colors are Pebbled Path. So just take your folder out here. Hi, Becky Schlossnagel, and burnish that. Remember, it's horizontal. You'll have a little strip here for your sentiment. This is the piece, you guys, the smaller white piece is for the flowers. Just know it's the smaller one. And then you'll have one white regular mat that is a 5 1/4 by 4. So a traditional mat size. That'll be for your inside piece. We'll stamp on that. The Lost Lagoon is embossed with the exposed brick embossing folder. Super cool. One of my favorites nowadays that's current. if you guys recall, back in May, we did a card for the monthly class that had the deer on it, and it featured blue, like boho blue with black, and that was the daisy paper, the blue one. Last month, we did the peacock with like granny apple, and that was from the daisy paper. And so I was working the way through the pack of designer paper from Fresh as a Daisy, so now we're going to be using the gray one. And so when you flip it over, you can see that the daisies are on here. And Anna's already die cut. So Anna Rabadou die cut all this, you guys. She die cut a lot of these leaves. Tammy Sokolic helped with the die cutting. Rhonda helped with the embossing. And Karen Wetstein helped do all the cutting of the designer paper, you guys. So awesome. A lot of helpers with the kitting too. Diane helps me with the kitting, my mom. So you guys, it's a labor of love and we have fun doing it. So so that is all this is done for you. There's a little strip that's ultimately going to go back here. My mom cut a piece of Lost Lagoon ribbon for you that is about 7 inches. It's plenty to do the weaving back and forth. And then you'll have 3 little leaves that were die cut that are part of this set. Now, you can choose to pop out and poke out all the little inner parts, but you can see on my sample here, I just left them in there. You could, if you wanted, poke them out, but it looks just perfectly fine if you leave them, if you leave some not poked out. It can go either way. So choose if you want to do it or not. Oh, Susan Bellamy, thank you so much for saying that. Thanks for the helpers. We appreciate that. So what can we do first? I mean, you can either go the route of let's get a little bit of assembly done, or you could go the route of let's get the stamping done. I guess what we could do is we'll get our stamping done. Just know that this card kit, you guys, left little schnibbles everywhere. Okay, so you're gonna have like the cleanup on aisle 9 here. So let's get our stamping done though. So the set has the flowers in here, these bigger flowers, the smaller flowers, 2 leaves, and then the sprig thing with a sentiment. So we're going to be pulling in all of those stamps, and we're going to go to town here. So I will be honest with you, Berry Burst was released many years ago, and it is a returning color. So my ink pad here is the brand new one, but I pulled out my old ink pad. This new one is completely and overly juicy, which is not bad. But when it comes to stamping a focal center here, it was so juicy that it took away a lot of the definition. So I'll be honest, I pulled out my one that was from many years ago, and the inside solid stamped much better with the older ink pad. Not that this one's bad, but if you have a new one, you might notice that it's gonna be really dark. And then you just do second strength, I would think. So the outline's perfectly fine using the new ink pad. What I'm gonna do is stamp the flower. So this is my inside mat. I'm just stamping a flower in the bottom corner. And then on here, we need 2 of the outlines. And I'm gonna do one that way. And I'm gonna do one, I'll do it like that. Okay, so we have 2. Don't stamp them so close together that they're over the top of each other. Leave a little wiggle room. And then we also need the outline for this flower right here. So we'll get one of these. We'll sneak it up here. And then we need the outline in Lost Lagoon. Well, let's do our sentiment. We're gonna get rid of this ink pad and stamp our sentiment first before we get rid of it. So we're gonna put the just a note there. Okay, so that's it for this ink pad. Hi, Carmen Sanders. All right, then we need to get the Lost Lagoon. And we need 3 things. We need 2 outlines of this guy, and I'm wondering if we're gonna go like, there, it just fits on here a certain way. So we're gonna do one of those, and then one of those, and then we have the sprig thing can fit in there too. So you should have plenty of space for all the stuff that we need. And then for Lost, I just the second threw out my, oh, you just threw out your Berry Burst ink pad. It was funky. Oh, you know, it's funny that you say that, Laura. So we're back to Lost Lagoon, and now this is the center part of the greenery. Okay, so when you get some reddish ink pads, like Real Red, Berry Burst, Cherry Cobbler, so I'm gonna go 1, and then I'm gonna go 2 right away, and make 1 lighter and 1 darker. The dyes, those dyes have a tendency to get funky. I even noticed it with my Mossy Meadow and my Mango Melody. All right, so I did one darker and one's a little lighter. If you don't like the lighter one, you could do two at full strength. You could also, in essence, do another second strength over the top of that, just to give it even now you can see it a little bit better. So I did 2 second strengths on there. And then what we're gonna do is this guy's done. So these ink pads sometimes get that funkiness. And if I were you, it would be good to keep a track of like when it was ordered, because if it's ordered within 90 days, if it happens within 90 days to even a year with these ink pads, I'd call Stampin' Up! And ask them about it, because they need to know that that's happening to the ink pad. So I'm gonna go first strength here, and then I'm gonna go second strength right here. So that's how I'm getting it darker and lighter. And then this one, you could choose, do you wanna go first strength or second strength? And I was going to go first strength. So that fills that in. Now just to show you, I wanna show you what's going on with how dark it is. If I pull this one back, and I'm gonna stamp right behind here. It was up over there. Oh, it's about the same. Huh, that's interesting. So what happens, you guys, so when we first started using this on Monday night, it was full of ink, like just full. As you use an ink pad consistently over, like you just keep, the ink comes out as you use it. And so we used this ink pad Monday night, we used it yesterday afternoon, and we used it last night. And as people use it, some of the ink does lift out. And the people on Monday night that were using this ink pad, they were saying it was way too dark. And so that's why I opted to use, I went upstairs and grabbed my old ink pad. So, all right, we have everything stamped. Oh, we forgot one thing. Hang on. So I'm just gonna rough cut these out. And then we are going to die cut them. So that way we can get them all on the plate at the same, not all the same time. We're gonna have to do a couple passes. This thing right here, we're just going to grab the wrong scissors. Oops. We're going to grab the scissors and just trim that. Banner your end however you want. If you want it to be bannered or if you want it slanted. So that's ready to go. And then we forgot this guy. So grab that back. And also if you do your envelopes, make sure you get your envelope decorated. We're gonna put that. It's really easy to see when you do the outline first to fill it in. All right, so that's what we have for stamping on this card. And that was definitely a lot of stamping. You guys, we don't always do so much stamping in the card classes, but when it comes to flowers, we don't really think about that very much, because a lot of people have flower stamps that are pretty interchangeable. So I'm excited to see when you guys post your cards in the class card challenge, what flowers you ended up using. So for those that are working on the cards, do you have a different stamp set? I'd love to hear what stamp sets that you pulled to actually do your flowers. So it could give some people some ideas in case they don't know what to use. Because I bet you people are like, oh, I don't have darling details. I might not want to do this class. But when they hear, oh, well, you could use this, this, or this instead, then maybe somebody would get it. You guys, if you could listen, did you hear that? It's right there. It's not, it's a baby squirrel or a baby chipmunk. It's looking for its mother, I think. So it's in a nest right outside the hive. And we've been listening to it for the last couple days squawk like that. At first I thought it was one of the kittens outside. And I'm like, how did they get outside? And then I realized, oh, it's a baby chipmunk or a baby squirrel. All right, so you guys, I left a little tail here, about that much, a ½ inch. And then all you're doing is taking the ribbon and you're weaving it up and down. And so that is what's super cool about this die, is it's just wide enough. And this ribbon is about 3/8 of an inch. It's going to fray. I promise you, the end will fray. It's just not gonna not do it. I mean, meaning it's going to do it. Just try not to keep it fraying and fraying and fraying. So just weave that back and forth. It's like a different way to add ribbon to a card. It's super cool. You can't use a too thick of a ribbon doing this border die because it'll get too tight of a fit. So going to, if you need a pokey tool, like sometimes you could use your pokey tool like this, and that could also help to push it down. So like get the end close and then use your pokey tool to poke it through. All right, so we set it up. We tried to center it as best we could, so that you have like this amount of like a flower here and a flower here. And so what you can do then is just trim off that raggedy edge there. And this is pretty much ready to have our berry burst put on the back. So what we're gonna do is grab the liquid glue, and ooh, we're getting kind of low on this guy. What you're gonna do is adhere the berry burst. I mean, you can see as much or as little as you want. I'm gonna go for about 1/2 of an inch right here like that, and put that little border at the top like that. All right, then I like to pop things up. So we're gonna grab some dimensionals and put them all along the back of this layer and pop this up and put it onto the Lost Lagoon piece. I'm using up these little guys here. Sticky. Okay. It was the original one, and I was pleased. So you were so pleased you had it, and then you opened it up and it was bad. Oh, I know the feeling. I had that happen with my mango. Oh, you guys, look who's here. Hi, honey. You guys want to see Honey Bear? Oh, man, she's here. Here's our new little honey in case you guys haven't seen her. She came home with little Hunky last Sunday. And so she's a little ham ball, honey ham, I should say. She's a little honey ham. She's doing really good. Her and Tigger and Hunky are all getting along really well, you guys. And she's very fierce, which she needs to be. She's a little girl, and she needs to show her brother she means business. And so she's doing good, you guys. We're happy to have Honey and Hunky home now here with Tigger. So, all right. So now I'm going to put this onto the card, the Lost Lagoon mat here. She is a little wiggle worm. I will give her that. They love to be held. They start purring the instant you pick them up, which is awesome. And it's been like almost 2 weeks now that we brought them. So, all right. So I do notice here that this side is flush and this side is just a hair too long. So what I'm going to do is very carefully trim this edge up here, trying not to hit the ribbon. And I'm going to just do a little trim job on here. So little Honey has her little royal birthmark, we say. Oh, she's in the sink playing. She's got her little royal birthmark on her forehead. She's got that orange kind of tiger going on, kind of like the original Honey did. All right, so what you're gonna do, I'm just gonna do a little bit more right along the edge here. Okay, so once you have that on here, what we need to do is just secure the ends. Hi, Luann Trumpower. And hi, Renee Cook. She's a little honey ham is what we're calling her. She's adorable. So you're gonna just secure this ribbon behind the Lost Lagoon mat. Just tuck the tails behind like that. And then what I'm gonna do is grab a couple more pieces of tear and tape here and make our tear and tape sandwich. All right. So we've got a couple things now here. We can take this just a note and we're gonna prep the slanted side with a dimensional. Pick that off so it's ready. And now we can do a little bit of a gluing action here. So let's put a little liquid glue behind that mat, this mat, and I'm gonna put it right on the left edge of that one. All right, make sure you got your card base right. It's always good to test that. And now this is going to go on here. Hi, girl. And then this is going to go on this side right here, or on the inside. And then this little guy is gonna go right up here. And I liked it flat and then popped up on this side. you guys, this is her first cameo appearance walking through. Sorry if you're not a cat lover and you don't appreciate the little kittens running through, but she had to do her little Tigger move, you guys, so she's got to get used to that, right? All right, so back to this. We need to do a little die cutting now. So we did all of our stamping. What we can do is grab the machine, and we're going to be able to pull in our dies here and get these cut. So we're going to prep this one. You got to be careful when you do your die cutting. Depending on what tape you use, sometimes it can be too sticky and it can rip your die cut image. And so we want to be very careful. So I'm actually kind of pressing the back of the tape to make it a little bit less sticky. And this will go on this one. And then we have this guy over here. Hi, Tracy Reed. Oh, you got to, yes, coming on late, but you love the color. So what people said in class last night is they liked the colors of this one, not maybe the layout so much. I'm not quite sure exactly what it was, but all in all, it's like, I love flowers. So if I see a flower card, I'm always a fan of flower cards. And this one, you get to really feel like a floral arranger, florist. You're going to use the flowers from Irresistible Blooms, Angelique said. I love it. You guys, Irresistible Blooms is a perfect one to use. I'll pull out the little boho mini blue here and grab the plates so I have them. And I'm going to show you what Angelique is using. So this is a perfect one. This is what Angelique just said she's going to use. So I could definitely see using this flower, and the 2 leaves and doing an assortment right on the front there. Good call, Angelique. I love what you're going to use. That's great. Okay. So let's get these guys. Let's see if I have enough room here. And that one kind of wiggled on me. So let's get this on here. So you guys, don't be afraid to put multiple things on your die cutting machine. Some people I've seen in class just do one at a time. You guys, the plate, use it up. Make it full. And so just know though, you do not ever want your dies to overlap. So like that would not be good. So they kind of like would cut metal on metal, and that's not the best thing. But you know, I did all 4 of these here at the same time, and now I need to do another one of the big flowers here, and we'll get that one ready to go, and then we need to do another one of these leaves. So again, be very careful while you're pulling, anytime you're die cutting, taking the tape off, because you don't want to risk ripping the image that you just stamped. All right. Oh, almost on the floor with that one. Okay, so there's that guy. Here's this. Save the tape there. No magic of TV tonight to have these done ahead of time, you guys. Gotta show you the process of this. Okay, so we've got another pass that we need to do here. Isn't she adorable? You guys all are saying she's cute. So we've learned that if you don't like cats, you don't say anything. And if you love cats, you can comment all you want. Oh, because they mean well. They never try to, you know, they're animals, right? So I was starting to say, poor Tigger. So he got into something. He was throwing up this afternoon. Like when I got back, I think when I went in the house, I saw, because they were in the garage with me, I was getting things cleaned up because we have a used stamp sale here next week. So I was trying to get stuff in order. And I think that they found an old hibiscus leaf, you guys. And Tigger got sick on the hibiscus plant probably 4 months ago. He was chewing on the one that was in the mudroom, and he stopped doing it, but he found, I think, a leaf, and it was all broken up in the kitchen, and I think that he swallowed part of it, and his body did not like it, and so poor little Tigger was he was in a little rough shape. So, all right, you guys, I'm gonna pull out the Stella pen here, and we're gonna just Stella a couple of these green leaves. So that each one of these, when I work on designing cards, I try to think of my die cutters, right? Because if I didn't have them, I couldn't design such awesome cards, like design these awesome cards, right? So with the die set here, there were actually 4 leaves, and we used the 3 biggest ones and not that little one. instead of using this leaf twice and maybe that leaf twice, then they've got to run it through multiple times. This way we used one of each. So it's just one pass times however many we're kitting up. So yeah, Angelique did a great choice for the flowers. Definitely agree. Okay, so how are we going to do this? I'm going to pop up a couple of these things, and we are going to leave a couple things flat. So I'm going to pop up here. So the one that's the first strength gets the dimensionals on all 3 of the leaves. And then this second strength flower, we're going to pop that up. And I did pop up the other flower as well. So let's get all this prepped. You guys didn't tell me if you could hear the baby squirrel in the background. I was really curious if it's loud enough for you guys to hear it. There, it just made its noise. Okay, and then this one right here is also popped up. All right, so they're all prepped, ready to go. What I would do first is put this guy down. And I have the card here that I can kind of eyeball. I want to make sure I don't cover up the ribbon too much down here. I want to see it so that, can you see how pretty it is? Oh man, I just noticed I stamped too close to the edge here. And so my leaf is actually, I don't know if you can see that. You can see that straight line. It's okay. All you have to do if something like that happens is just help it out and make it look like you did that intentionally by rounding it a little bit more. And now it looks like not that straight edge. All right, so we're gonna put this one down first. I'm gonna guess something like that. And then we've got this one. And I'm lightly setting these down. I'm not pushing them hard. You can't hear it. Okay, thanks for letting me know, Corinne. I can hear it in the background. It's like, my imitation of a baby squirrel. You guys just lightly setting these down, right? Not pushing yet. So then this one, I'm gonna actually use glue dots on this. And so we're gonna put a few glue dots on the back of this. Behind each of the leaves is my plan of attack here. And now this is going to get snuck in and kind of underneath here so that you kind of see the leaves. Honey tried to jump up. All right, and then this one is kind of set down right about here. You guys are thinking, well, what about the other things? Yep, they'll come. I'm working on getting like the layout. Now, if I'm like, oh man, it's a little bit squished too much, I think what I could do is, because I did not push them down, I can just kind of gently pull them up. And that guy, I can just rearrange them slightly, move them a little bit this way so that they're not so squished that way. There. All right, then with these, the little sprig thing, can put a little glue dot behind that, and now I can just pick this little guy up and stick that behind there. And then the bigger one, same thing, I can just lightly pick this up, and now I know where to put that. Something like that, coming out the side here. And then this little guy, a little glue dot on the tail of him, and then a little glue dot on the tail of that. The one with the 3 leaves I have coming out over the edge over here. And then this little guy is coming out over on this side. So that's everything that's on the front of the card. All right, let's see if we like the, I'm gonna get rid of these guys. See if we like it, okay? The only thing is that that's floppy, flippy, floppy. It's okay. We have catbird. Oh, Karen, you said it's a catbird because they sound like a cat meowing. I don't know what a baby squirrel chipmunk sounds like. So you're right. It could be a catbird. It definitely could. Yeah, it definitely could. So now I'm good with this. I like how everything's laid down. So now I'm just going to press things down a little bit. But yeah, Karen, you were here yesterday. I wonder if it was the same thing making the noise yesterday. And Tracy Gruby was here last night, and she thought it could have been a chipmunk. So, all right. So then I just put a little dot of glue. And then you guys, I believe I gave everybody a big rhinestone, a medium rhinestone. So 3 big, 3 medium, and 3 small. I think that's what I thought I did. So we're going to put one of each of these on here so that we have that. So, all right. We've got our first card done. Yay. You know what? What we could do, I'm wondering that would look good over here. We're gonna rearrange my wares on the card. Hang on. I'm thinking the big one right over there. Okay. All right. There we go. We got one done. Now again, if you're not a fan, hi Hildenel. If you don't like old light and dark next to each other, some people did first strength, second strength, second strength, second strength. They did them all a little bit lighter. If you want them all darker, you can. Like that's what, when you get the card kit at home, you can make it however you want it, right? So a little bit, so you can see here, and I even got ink on my leaf back here. You can see I got pink ink on it, and I still went with it. So Lost Lagoon with the Pebbled Path Berry Burst are what we feature on this one here. And then when you open up, you got a matching flower on the inside. Oh, and Becky didn't hear it either. Okay, well, you guys can't hear it, and that's quite all right. So, all right. Woo, we got that one done. So let's set this guy over here. Move this over here. And we will bring in our bird on a branch. All right, these cards were awesome. Ready for summer, you guys. We needed some bright, refreshing colors here. All right, so let's grab that one. We'll do the lemon one last then. All right, so in this kit, you guys will have early espresso for your base. Sherry loves it. Yay, Randy says it's pretty. Yes, Lost Lagoon goes with so many things, and so does Berry Burst, which is awesome. And on this one, you guys, we have Berry Burst, and it's mixed with Lemon Lime Twist. So we put a twist on it. All right, so this is what we were talking about. So because we did the Darling Details on the other one, we thought, okay, let's use Darling Detail dies on this one. And so that is where this inside part came out from. So you just cut yourself a mat, and then that die just basically cuts the scallop border and the holes. And you might need to do the little pokey a lot, some more than others. But go around here, there should be 3 little dots per section, I guess. So like there's 1, 2, 3, like that make a little triangle. And you can just poke all that out. I'd do that over the top of a cup or over the top of the garbage, something that doesn't go all over like what I just did here. Hi, Angela Knutson. All right, so we got our stuff poked out. Now, the other thing too is the branch here, or the leaves. This little leafy thing, that actually comes from the Aspen Tree Dies, which is another tree set that is in the annual catalog that carried over. Hi, Gwen Goda from Hawaii. Yay, late, but you love the bird card. Yay. So for this one too, I'm not going to punch out everything. I'm going to leave it so that that some of the little schnibbles are going to be left in. All right, so there's enough for me. The little branch here comes from Seasonal Branches. So that's the set that was primarily featured here, Seasonal Branches. We used the bird from here, the branch, and the apple, and then the happy birthday wishes. I didn't use these at all because I wanted to make it very easy for you guys that if you didn't have this stamp set, because yeah, again, another bird with a branch set, maybe you're like, yeah, I'm good. If you have a little baby bird somehow at home, that's where you could pull it from anywhere. It doesn't have to be this set. And honestly, if you don't put the bird on the card and you just have the branch coming over, it would be perfectly fine too. Because then all you would need really would be a sentiment for the outside. We're going to be doing a little splattering though, so I'm going to show you that. All right, so you have your espresso card base. You have your branch, which is from Seasonal Branches. And then you have the leaves, which are from the Aspen Tree Dies. And you can definitely get the Stella out to Stella them. This guy is getting a little empty again on me, so we got to squeeze it a little, and a little more will come out. Perfect. So that's ready. You guys, in your kit, you have this little piece of white. That's for your bird, right? So it's big enough to stamp a bird. This is in there. You have 2 strips. Now, it makes it look like the DSP is the full thing, but this is paper conservation at its finest. 3/4 inch by 5 1/16 is basically the strips. And then you have a piece of green ribbon, which I'm noticing now is not in my kit, so I'll have to go grab that ribbon. And then you have 2 whites. They're exactly the same. They're 5 1/4 by 4. So Laura said she'd rather spend the money on the picture set. You could put a monkey hanging from the tree branch. You betcha. That's a good idea too. All right. So, but this bottom right here, what you're going to need to do, so it's hard to see it, but I do talk about it, I think, in my tutorial, that there's a little bit of green splatter there. So we need to grab a bigger piece of white here. And we grab a lemon. So you guys, honestly, Parakeet Party is very similar to Lemon Lime Twist. Very similar. Similar enough that I still haven't pulled a Lemon Lime Twist pad for my down here yet. Grab a block, and what you're gonna do is put a little bit of ink in it. You don't even need a lot. That's all I'm using. And to help your Stella pen, in case your Stella is not the most hydrated Stella pen, you're just gonna grab a drop of water. Honestly, it could be from your side of your cup. If your cup is sweating, you could get just a little drop from your water bottle. I'm gonna use an aqua painter, and I'm not even dipping it in to get color. I'm just dropping a bit of water on there. And you guys, if you've never done the splattering with the Stella, you're gonna love this because your Stella gives a little bit of shimmer. And then Hi Lisa's Basic, you just dip that in here to get your color. I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit. Let's see here, so you guys can see. Oh man, Stella on steroids here. So I have a lot of glitter because I just squeezed my Stella pen. Need to get some greeny. So I have rubbing alcohol in here, you guys. And apparently I didn't have enough color. So that's actually just pure Stella there. That's glitterific coming out. I'm not going to worry about it because honestly, when this goes over the top, oh, maybe it's right in the middle. I'm going to flip it over actually. Oh, it went through. It's okay. So this will get covered up. We're going to put it like that. Okay, I need to get a little bit more green ink. It didn't do as much as I wanted it to. I didn't put quite enough. So we're going to wipe this really quick. And we're going to go back and try it again. So need a little bit more ink. So you guys, I put that much on. And you guys watched me do it. I just had squeezed my Stella pen. So that came running through the chamber. Now we're going to drip a little bit of water on there to help hydrate it. So whenever you have something that's white and you want to add some color, but just a little bit of coloring, the Stella splattering is a good idea. Let's try this again. It's a little bit thick. And we were talking about it in class last night, it goes wherever you don't want it to go, so you got to rein it in here. Okay, hang on. I'll show you the close-up. When I get it done. So you can see here, I've got my green speckles all over. That Stella did do a little bit extra there without the color, but I think it'll be all right. I'm gonna go a little bit. And so doing the splattering adds just a little bit of texture to the background. Now, your Stella's full of ink, right? It's full of green and ink. And instead of wasting it and scribbling it out on your paper, all you have to do, if you want to, is go right to your tree branch. And you could Stella that even more. If you haven't Stellaed it yet, you could just go to town on that. That will help wipe out so that you don't have green in the Stella. And it actually is putting basically the same color on your tree leaves here. Okay, so that's a little bit of Stella splatter action. So we don't need that. And this is done. Okay, now when it comes time for the sentiment, what I would suggest you do, so we've got happy birthday wishes or happy birthday I pulled as well. Let's grab the happy birthday wishes. So we're using espresso ink for all of this. So grab that, and then these are photopolymer stamps. So grab the mat, and how you're gonna wanna do this is use this as a guide, but flip it over so you've got the back side up in case you get ink on it, then you won't be sad. And what you're gonna do is line it up, just like you think you're gonna put it down, and now ink up your stamp. Oh, I can undo the zoomies here. All right. Ink that up, and now you have a guide to where you need to stamp. Happy birthday. And then while we're at it, so that's that, our inside here has a branch, and we're gonna stamp that near the top. I liked putting the apple on the inside, so that can hang down from right there. And then the last thing is we need to stamp our bird. Sherry Stewart, I love the speckle effect. Yes, so do I. I used to get excited when I a set had a speckle. Oh yeah, there's currently Season of Chic, I think. There's a speckle in there if I'm not mistaken. All right, you're gonna stamp your bird on your scrap here, and we're done with all of that. There's a set or a stamp in the lemonade set that says happiest birthday. So it says happy birthday wishes, and then on the inside we could put happiest birthday. I know we're saying happy birthday twice, but whatever. Put that right there. All right. And I think that's it for the browning. Now for coloring. If you're not a good color, find somebody else to do it for you maybe. But Judy Immel loves to color. So she told us how she would color this. And so she told us we use colored pencils, you guys. So I have they changed it. There's 2 watercolor sets, but I have one of the old ones and one of the current ones, but there's a new one. And I don't know which is which. Honestly, they changed out the colors because like Pacific Point is no longer, this must be it. Pacific Point is no longer current. And the rest of them are Bermuda Bay is no longer current. So this one is the retired one, and there's another one. But the colors I used are espresso, crushed curry, pumpkin pie, and melon mambo. And I would actually put a piece of paper underneath here to have a little support. So I made the apple a little bit of melon mambo, a little bit pinker of an apple. So go like that. We'll come back to that. Our bird, I used early espresso around its head area here. We tried to make it into a robin. So I'm not real worried about my coloring right now. So I'm going to go around, do a little bit of that, and then I'm going to do its belly in the melon mambo area like that. I'll use a little bit of pumpkin pie on its beak. And I'll be honest with you, Judy said she used crushed curry. I have no idea where, so we're just going to do a little bit over its belly. Now, this looks scratchy, and it looks not so exciting, right? But this is where the magic comes in with the blender pen. So the blender pens come in a pack of 3. They've been around for forever. I remember using blender pens in like 2001. So I might even have a pack yet from 2001. So it's a solution-based pen. And what it does is it smooths out the watercoloring. And so yes, I used water-based ink pads with watercolor pencils. It's like it'll smear if you keep going over it and over it, but I'm gonna go so light and so fast that it's gonna be like freaky fast, like Jimmy John's, and you're not gonna worry about the water-based brown ink bleeding. Do you see what happened there? I don't even know if you saw it, was so fast. If I keep going over the brown, it's gonna keep bleeding though. So I'm done with this, like that was it for my apple. Now for the bird, I'm gonna do the brown area first, and I hope you can see how it looks like, I would say scratchy and dumb, not dumb, but horrible. It's not good, right? So as you do it, like this, it just softens it. So I'm gonna do the brown area here first. And so I don't know, did you see that? It just softened it. I'm gonna wipe out my marker though, because I don't want brown going into the reddy pink area here. And now I'm gonna do the belly area. Okay, so there's that, but I want a little bit more pink. So I'm going to go right over the top of this. All right, we'll catch you later, Corinne. I'm gonna go over the top and do a little bit more pink. So with colored pencils, you mix and match and you can get different colors. So there's that, and then I'm gonna go lightly this way. So it helps to get rid of some of the grain. The more you go over it, the mattier it's gonna get, and your paper is gonna start to pill. And so that is now what it looks like. Prettier than the scratchy from the pencil. If you don't like coloring, I'm so sorry. Find somebody else. So like, I was like, Judy, can you color my bird for me? And she did. And so, but I was like, I gotta show you guys how to color it at least. I'm not the biggest colorer. I love the blends when it comes to coloring. But colored pencils are also a fan favorite here. So we're gonna just take and die cut out our bird here. Be very careful with the tape. You do not want to wreck your little artwork here. All right, so let's grab this back, and Grab the plates here. All right, die cut our bird. So I definitely want to use tape with that because I don't want it to die cut it out bad. Sometimes it'll wiggle around on you, and then you'll be sad if it cuts out the outline really bad. All right, so be careful pulling that up so that it doesn't rip it. And there's our bird. If you ever die cut and you think, oh man, it's like more white on one side than the other side, you could always take your scissors and trim it. So, all right, now what we need to do is, so you can see the splattering here on that, super cool. All right, so green's going down first. So this paper is actually from the Masterfully Made. You guys, we used Masterfully Made for Let's Just Stamp last month, I think. And we didn't use this particular pattern in any of the cards. And so I thought, oh, I have lots of this left over. So that's why this pattern of paper got used. So you want to make sure you leave your top and bottom and left side the same. And then on this one, you're going to do the bottom and the top and the right side. You want that same margin because it's going to make it look like it's a whole piece back there. But because this is the white part, now this will go over the top of it. I see on mine slightly wider on this side than that side. And I also noticed that it's just a hair longer than my mat. So right now I'm just going to hold this flush, flip it over, and I'm going to use my scissors. I'm going to hold this. You know what? I know it needs a hair trimmed off. We're going to get our little hairdresser out here, and we're going to cut the hair off. Just a hair. And now I think that that's perfect. Okay, so you might need to do the same thing on your kits if it's just a hair off. All right, I need to go grab, well, let's glue this and this in, and then I'm gonna go grab the green ribbon. So the green ribbon, you guys, if you watched game night last week, you'll know that there's a lemon lime twist ribbon that comes in a ribbon combo duo pack with the petal pink. And that's where this ribbon came from. All right, so then this goes right on the front here. Very trickery that we didn't use a whole mat of designer paper, just little strips here. There's actually, in fact, enough to do another card class probably with the strips or with the pieces that are left. All right, so that's there. Let's go get the ribbon real quick. I'll be right back. One moment, please. All three of the cats are just laying all around. All right, you guys, so this is the ribbon combo duo pack, right? So that's what we use for game night. And we need the green one. You guys probably got 7 inches is what I think I had my mom cut for you. So something like that. And I like to put the end over here with some tape so that it holds it down. All right, so then figure out the top. What I consider the top is that. What I consider the bottom is that. I guess this is more smooth and dented down, and then this is raised up. And what you're gonna do is just center this behind and just meet in the middle. And if you have the buddy system, you can have somebody hold it, but if you don't have a buddy, you can just use your finger. You're just tying an overhand knot. Or a knot. Actually, it's it is really a knot. All right, that's it. No bows, you guys. Kept it simple. And I'm going to pop this up with dimensionals. And I have a very nice edge here that I might as well utilize. Which is perfect. We'll put this right across the top. And put this right across the other top, I guess. Which side's the top? I don't know at the moment. And then, look at this. Almost done with the dimensionals. Man, I might as well use that up, right? All right. Finished a sheet of dimensionals. Always a good feeling. So let's get those picked off. And you be careful setting this down onto the card front. You want to make sure you try to keep it as straight as possible. So I'm going to line it up with the white edge here. Top to bottom, same amount of green, straight if possible. Just set that down right into it. you can take your ribbon scissors and trim your tails. And then our branch. So this is where the black dimensionals would come in handy if you have them. You just need a teeny tiny little yellow polka dot bikini. Nope, just kidding. A little teeny tiny black dimensional piece. About that big, really small. And fit that like right in that little biggest area that you have there. That's it for that. And then we're gonna put liquid glue on the other part of the branch, like that. Okay. And then that part, it's because we've popped up the pink, the branch would go flat if it wasn't popped up there. And figure out about what height you want it. I'm gonna put it, I got glue there. So let's put it right about here. We're gonna make it come out a little further, something like that. All right, then the greenery. So this is really Stella because I wiped out the marker with it, or the Stella pen. And how I'm gonna just glue this is just scribble back and forth on that, and then that will attach to our branch. And then for the bird, you know, I'm just going to put a black dimensional because it's right there, otherwise I would have used white. We're going to have our bird sitting on the branch. Cool beans and bagels. That's about it, except for you guys should have 3 embellishments in your kit. It's very possible that I gave you, you know what, now that I'm thinking about it, because of how this worked, the sheet had like it was not quite half, a little bit over half of the small ones. So I'm thinking I gave everybody 6 small ones and either 3 medium or 3 large. So that's very well what I could have done. So in this case, I'll just use like the medium one with a small one, and a small one got put over on that side right over there. Okay. So you should have 3, I think, that are of one size and 6 of the smaller ones. And I'll be honest with you, these big ones, they're big. They have some height to them. So you gotta be careful with them. Cindy says, so cute, yay. Cindy, your package went in the mail today. Woo, that thing was filled to the gills. I would have to say yours and Feline's. I couldn't fit another thing in it if I tried. We did good. All right. So there's that card. If now that I'm looking at it, like maybe if I was doing this and you guys haven't done it yet, you might consider centering the sentiment here. Like you could have put the sentiment over here. I feel like there's a little bit of white space going on here. The other thing you could do, if you don't like that white space, you could potentially put the gems over there too, and put this one by itself here. So that would fill in that little bit of white space there too. It's your call. If you haven't stamped it yet, you could always move that over and center it or put it to the right side. So whatever, but this is generally what we have for this one, our bird on a branch. Yay. Okay, yes, and he says, woohoo. So you're gonna have lots of happy, fun things in your box. I love it. All right, so this guy's done. And the last is our fan favorite. Out of everybody that I've asked for in-person class, this was what people liked, this one the best. And so it is just fun. This one is using the So Refreshing stamp set, which looks like this guy right here. Definitely when this was designed, thought, who's gonna have this stamp set? Maybe not a lot of people, because maybe you might be on the fence about getting it yet. But now that you guys have seen it, like Laura said, now out of all of this, she'd pick this one. The sentiment got used here. Thank you kindly. So that got put on the card here. And then also the lemons got used. And so there's 2 lemons, an outside and the inside. So one's at first strength and the other one we did at second strength. And they're photopolymer stamps. The dies that go with this one look like this. So that's where the blanket came from. The picture came from. The little greenery came from. And then there's a little die right here for the lemons. So that's where that comes in. Super cool. So when I was working on this one, there's even these little baby strawberries, and there's the little tops to the strawberries. There's little ice cubes. Super cool. I think, I don't know, maybe somebody can help me out. I don't know exactly what that is. It looks like a tag to me, but I'm not quite sure. So, and there's a cup here, and then there's also a branch thing here, because you could take and put this flower with the branch out of the vase. or the picture, I should say. All three yellows got represented here. So we've got the lemon lolly for those that have the kit. This is lemon lolly, and then this is daffodil delight. And then this designer paper is from Delightfully Eclectic. And then there's actually, you guys, I was so excited. There was actually a lemon paper. There was a lemon print paper on here. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. And so that got pulled in. And the picture is from the silver foil, which is an online exclusive. It moved out of the catalog and into an online exclusive. I started off with the picture being a basic gray with vellum over the top. And I'm like, ooh, that doesn't look so hot. And then I went to basic gray by itself, and then I tried smoky slate, and none of that was working for me. So that's when I ended up with a silver picture, and I thought that turned out really good. This is Granny Apple Green, and I realized in class last night when somebody said to me, I think it was Annette Rollins, said, oh, I just love this painted texture embossing folder. I'm like, okay, that's great. I love it too, but that's not what's on the card. And then I realized that when I sent off the embossing to have Rhonda do it, I accidentally had her do painted textures and not cascading ruffle. So you guys will see on my sample that it says cascading ruffles, and you might even have in the tutorial cascading ruffles, but know that those who get the kit from me or got the kit is actually painted texture, which I didn't even notice it. Annette wouldn't have even noticed it. Like nobody really noticed it until we looked at it that closely. So just a side note, just putting it out there. The ink here is basic gray. The new ribbon here is the white herringbone, and then it's a little bit of petal pink mixed with it. And we got a little bit of lemons here. So was on the fence. Can't wait to order it. There you go. All right. So that's what we've got in store. Oh, here you guys can even see here. I started here in the back. So when I die cut things and I don't use them, I put them in the back. I originally thought, I thought garden green, but garden green didn't look good. To me, I needed something more cheerful like that. And then the picture. So I did a basic gray. I see here's like I showed you a basic gray with a vellum over the top. It did nothing for me. It was like, eh. And then I did the smoky slate, and I'm like, eh. Really what I thought. And then I don't know, I cut a white one for some reason, thinking I was going to stamp ice in here to make it look like it was a picture. But anyway, so that's where the whole silver picture came along. I'm like, yes, a silver picture is perfect. All right, we have a thick white card base. So you guys can, if you want to double mat it on the inside, you can. Otherwise, we're going to stamp directly on to the white, thick white card base and just burnish that. You've got enough herringbone white to go across the whole thing. You'll have a sentiment strip, your silver picture, your blankie, and you should have a white scrap in here, which I already did mine. So the magic of TV came out handy here. I already stamped and die cut mine, but I'll show you on a scrap how to do it. So I already die cut that out for you, or for me, for my kit. So that's ready to go. Let's just grab here a little sheet just to show you. So I would use crushed curry, and I'd stamp the outline first like that. And I know it's on orange, so it's really hard to see, but then I would stamp off and then stamp the inside. And so I'll show you on this inside. Actually, you know what? Yes, we're gonna do the inside really quick so you guys can see the process. They are photopolymer stamps, so I would pull in that matte, but let's do this again. Whoa! Pauline said she just ordered it. Great, great, great. We're gonna put the little lemons in the bottom corner, and the solid one is at second string. There, that's how you're gonna do your lemons, your lemons. All right, so that's it for that, unless you do your envelope. Then make sure you get that stamped. We're gonna do thank you kindly for this one. And I'm gonna stamp it closer to the left side because part of that right side gets hidden behind the picture. And I did that a little high. I'm gonna bring it down just a hair, a smidge, like that. Okay, perfecto changeo. All right, that's it for that one. Let's put our piercing mat away. All right, so we can get a little bit assembly happy now. All right, let's do this. So here's the cascading ruffles, so you guys can see the difference. That's what we used for the game night cards last week, in case you're wondering. That was the curtains behind our little performance stage from our little cat critters. So slightly different. Painted texture is just as nice though, just to call out that there is a small difference. The card will still look amazing. All right, so herringbone ribbon. Just put it through. Now, if you want to be frugal with your ribbon, you could cut it into a section this big, and then tape and tape, and you'd have half left over to do something else with if you so desire. So that goes right through the middle like that. And then we're going to secure it with some more to make our tear and tape sandwich. And now we can pick both of these, the design. Oh, that's really pretty. Look at that. That's the back of that. You can pick your, pick that up, and we're going to glue the back of this. Like that. One through the middle for good measure. This will go onto the petal pink. Center it if it's best you can. If you ever need to like trim off a hair off of one side, don't hesitate to do that first. And then make sure we got that right. And then this will go right onto the card base. Perfect. And then we're going to pop this up. Ooh, we need some more dimensionals. Let's see if I have any in here. These are black. And, oh, I do have some white ones. Yay. Cool beans. There we go. Okay. And then this will get put right on the front of our card, centered top to bottom, left to right. The lemons do have a pattern to them, so I would have it going the right way versus the upside down way. Oh, Renee wants the stamp set. Yay, it's so refreshing. So that'll go there. And then I did pop these up as well. This blankie. And it kind of hangs over the bottom here slightly. Centered pretty much on the designer series paper. And then the picture is also popped up on the top, but not the bottom. So put one right there near the top. And then what you can do is put a little liquid glue at the bottom. And this is actually, we'll just let that sit for a second. This is actually partly hanging over. So I did cut a small dimensional to put on that top back corner that overhangs slightly, and then liquid glue for the rest of this. And it's kind of like lined up with the designer series paper here. So we're just going to set that right about here, and our picture will go like that. Our lemons will get popped up with a dimensional. Now, this is where if you don't have the lemons, let's show you what the card will look like. This we need to do, we're going to cut a small section here. We'll put one right there and the bottom one. And we'll leave the top as is. Now the little tail is going to tuck behind like that. And then this is what it would look like. Let's say you don't have the lemon set and you're like, oh, I don't have anything that'll work. It still is pretty awesome without it, but if you do have the lemon set then, or a small lemon at home, you could now then put these little lemons sitting out. They kind of like nestle underneath the Y and by the picture here. Something like that. And then you should have 3 rhinestones left. I'll grab a big one this time, a small one, and then I put a small one over on the side over here. But you could also put it right there. Let's see what that looks like. No, I might like it better down here. All right. Oh, and then it stuck to my finger instead. All right, we didn't Stella anything yet. I just realized that. Let's put these away. And what I would Stella, the greenery, just in case they're still green in your Stella pen, you could do this. I wouldn't do the lemons because that might make them smear because they're stamped images. You could also do your blankie, just really lightly. Get some Stella going on there. Cool. Then, I don't know, I think that might be it. Oh, it's just, this one was just a fun summary card. Super cool. The thing you have to be careful with a foil is when you go to die cut it, you can't have a whole sheet in there and die cut one small part of it because it'll just, depending on your plates, it'll leave little lines. So Anna does such a phenomenal job cutting out your foil so that it doesn't get like little divots in it. And on the inside then, you could write your love note. You have a whole open spot here to write your love note. So, yay. I think that might be it for these cards. I think they went together very nicely. Let's put this away and we'll get ready to do our drawing. Okay, any questions? Karen said that this card is her favorite. Yes, I think that this one is my favorite as well. I would definitely agree. This one's a good one. So let's bring them all out so that we can see again what we all did tonight. You can tell me what's your favorite. We got our bird on a branch. We got our flower power and our So Refreshing Lemonade stand card. All right. Good job. All right. So while you guys are telling me what you like, I'm going to do a little drum roll. We're going to do the drawing. Not the drawing, but the drawing was done. I'm going to show you the card. So this was Friendly Gnomes from April. Yes, April. This was in April. So 4 different cards. The video tutorial's out there in April. And this one was the bookmark card. And it's super cool. So winner chicken dinner is Debbie Gast. Yay, Debbie. I will get that card off in the mail to you. This one is a bookmark card as well. This little, it's like a corner bookmark. So this comes off and then this would go like on the edge of your book like that as like a little bookmark. But it's the picture, Laura said. Yes, Angelique loves them all, but the first is your favorite. Yay, I'm so happy to hear that. Cindy says adorable, love the card. Susan, yay. All right, so this one, you guys, winner chicken dinner. It's the actual card, so you open it up. I didn't color my gnome. Whoever wins this can color the gnome. Da-da-da! Margaret Rika. Margaret, I think I have your address. If I'm not mistaken, I think I know how to find it. All right, da-da-da! Little fun fold action here too, like that, like a gatefold. And da-da-da! Linda Grady. So Linda, I have your address. Yay. And last but not least is this one. Is so cool. That's that hashtag folder again, you guys. If you don't have that yet, you might consider it's a 3-pack. So you get dots, you get the hashtag, and you get some flowers. And this one is a fun fold. It opens like that and like that. Da-da-da! Brenda Loveless. I know where you live. Yay. Okay, cat went on the floor, I heard. All right, so yay, congratulations to our amazing ladies here, Debbie, Margaret, Brenda, and Linda. I'll get these cards out. Jean says that she likes the one with the flowers, and Renee is the lemonade, and Mary loves flowers too, so awesome. All right, so that's what I've got for that. And we had here, I think, 7 people that placed orders to get this class for free. Let's get to where it is. Just a note too, you guys, I mentioned a lot of classes for next week, but just know that Rose is also, Rose is also going to be live next week. She's doing the Technique Club class. It's featuring partial embossing. Super cool. Do I have mine back here? Yes, I think I do. She's featuring the Crafting with You bundle and not partial embossing. It's embossing with die cuts is what it is. It's super cool. I had never done it before, you guys. Oh my gosh, so much fun. So I think I have in here, I got mine in here already. So that goes there. This is what it is. So you guys will get your card here. This was done with a die cut. Super cool. So this is the inside of one of the cards. I saved all of them and then I ran it through the machine. And this was actually a die. So, and then you have here the embossing with the dies, July 2020 23. So super cool. If you guys have, so there's 25 people signed up. I made 26 kits. So there's one left of this class. If you have shimmer paint, what you should do is put your shimmer paint over this, or take white ink, like a craft ink, and just illuminate the flowers that are raised up. You guys, so cool. So I need to show you guys. Inquiring minds might want to know. Just give me a second here. Let me get the die for that so you can see it. Rose came up with this. It was so awesome that she did. I've never done this before. It was such a fun thing to do. This is actually the die right here that did this. And she's going to show you how to do it on Tuesday. Her class is at 1:30, but you can always catch the replay. It's on her YouTube channel, Stampin' with Rose. But you would think that that would die cut this, but it actually embossed it. And so you use 2 silicone mats, your base on the bottom, and then your 2 clear plates. And then the die is so awesome. So last month she featured partial embossing that was like this. And then this month she's doing embossing with dies, frog coming through. So super cool. So, yay. All right. So Sherry Everett, if you're watching, guess what happens next? In case you were curious, your recipe card. It's so fun to do this, you guys. You have no idea how satisfying this is. And then what happens here, actually, I take this, and because the stupid binder, it's not stupid, I shouldn't say that, but I have to take this and go like this, because otherwise the cards don't fit. I had a hard time doing it the first time, but then, here you go, Sherry, look at this. We're putting our cards in here, or I should say I'm putting our cards in here. There we go. So you're locked and loaded in my book now. I love it. All right. So we're going to do the drawing now. I believe we said that we had 7 people here. So technique, you guys, yeah, so I have 1 technique left. Monthly. Okay, so Debbie Gass, you're 1. Jenna Helms, you're 2. Vicky's 3. Barb is 4. And Shirley is 5. And then Linda Scott is 6. And then Susan Ray Hendricks, you're 7. So we're going to go to random number generator and put in 7 here. When I hit generate, it will come up with a number, and that's going to be our door prize winner. It's number 1, Debbie Gast. Awesome. She's a lucky winner tonight. She got a card, and she gets a door prize from my stash. Oh. Things are falling on the floor, you guys. All right, so I'm circling your name so I remember that. So congratulations to you. Congratulations to our 4 card winners. Awesome. I will have more for the next time. So we're going to be live, you guys, on Monday at 1 p.m. Central for the Let's Just Stamp. And I was going to say, what I'm working on in the next 24 hours is writing the tutorial. I know Karen's listening. I'm writing the tutorial for Let's Just Stamp. And my plan is to email that out to you before the end of the day tomorrow, or by Saturday at the latest, so that you guys have it. All those card kits, actually, the Let's Just Stamp would have mailed out either last week or today, depending on when it went in the mail. So we did 2 shipments of that class. So, whew, all right, you guys, we did good. We kept this class to an hour and a half, which is awesome. I think we got everything done that we needed. We made the 4 cards, the 3 cards. We talked about stuff that's coming up. Scavenger hunts on my radar, you guys. I'm definitely going to go live to do a separate video on answering the questions for the scavenger hunt. And I've got a shoebox swap on my radar. You're going to keep me, I'm going to keep saying that until it happens. So, but what's on the docket for tomorrow, you guys, is Diane is going to be over, and we're going to be designing either ink, paper, scissors, or Let's Just Stamp for August. And then in the afternoon, we're going to do that in the morning. And then in the afternoon, I'm designing the Stamp-a-Stack, the Christmas in July stamp. Oh, Christmas in August Stamp-a-Stack. So I'm hopeful that I'll be able to share some of those cards with you on Monday. I know a bunch of you are already signed up for the Stamp-a-Stack. I think that, oh my gosh, 24 people are already signed up for the Stamp-a-Stack. That's crazy. You haven't even seen the cards yet, and 24 people are signed up. I love it. And then for the fishing class, you guys, 23 people are signed up. So that's awesome. The fishing Stamp-a-Stack, that is set, you guys. It's on my website, You can look for it on August 9th to see close-ups of the cards. I have to create the email yet, and it's on my list since Monday. Actually, it's been on my list since last week, so I got to get that done. I got to create the Facebook event as well. So lots of stuff to work on now that the kidding is done for the week, but always stuff to do, you guys. Always good, crazy, busy. I love it. All right. Thanks for you guys being awesome and having a great class with me tonight. I really enjoyed being with you. Have fun making your cards. If you didn't do them tonight with me, have fun whenever you work on them. You guys, have you been watching Honey? Do you see her back there? She is just playing with something like that Brandon gave her, a little cat toy thing. So she's just been going crazy. Oh, there it goes, right on the floor. There she goes. She's really good at entertaining herself, you guys. So awesome. All right, well, lots of sunshine, love, and hugs, you guys. We'll catch you for the next live on Monday, or if not before. So love you long time. I'm going to count to 10 just in case it cuts out early on me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.